So, liebe Freunde, wir sind bei Orange. Hier gibt es 2, 3 Neuheiten und darunter eine ganz besondere Neuheit. Jim Root von Slipknot spielt schon sehr, sehr lange Orange und hat jetzt auch einen Signature-Top-Teil. Und was es damit auf sich hat, erklärt mir Derek von Orange. Hi Derek, nice to meet you. So we're talking about Jim Root's first Orange signature hat. And so what's the difference between this one and the regular hat that he's using, or the other hat?
On stage he uses a Rockerverb 100. So what we've done with this is paired our Tiny Terror power section, which is an EL84 power section, with the front end of a Rockerverb. So it gives you the same tone of a Rockerverb, the very focused, modern, high-gain sound, in a lighter, obviously lighter package, lower wattage, 15 and 7 watts. It's got a tube-driven effects loop, and we also have a matching 212 cab to go with it. It's a smaller footprint than our normal 212 cabs, designed really to go along with this. Pairs very well for that, again, that very focused, a lot of clarity in the low and low mids. It's gotten a very good response for us.
You can buy the hat and the cabinet separately?
Yes, here in the States, the street price is $6.99 for the head, $5.99 for the 212 cabinet.
And shipping date is?
We're saying about 3 months. When they say 3 to 6, it's probably really going to be more realistic, like about 3 to 4 on that.
Okay, so that's the first news. Yes. And there's something that is smaller than that. Yes. Okay. Okay. That's unbelievable. The Micro Terror.
This is our Micro Terror. This is sort of a hybrid amp design. What it's designed as, it is a tube, single AX7, 12 AX7 in the preamp section. It's an external digital switching power supply. It provides 20 watts of output power at 4 ohms. You have auxiliary in as well as headphone out. It's based on the preamp of our Tiny Terror, but obviously at a much smaller footprint. The street price on these are $149 to be paired with the Micro Cab, which is a single 8-inch speaker and a closed back cab. These are $99 for the cab. Now the thing to note about this will power 4 412 cabs. If you have a 16 ohm, or most of our 412 cabs are 16 ohms, running these in series will let you power 4 412 cabs. You have to hear it to believe it. I would love to roll into a gig and pull this out and set that on top of a 412 cab, because to hear the sound coming out of it, you wouldn't believe it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's got a great response so far in the show. If you hang around, Doug and some other folks are going to be demoing this and some of our other products. You get a chance to hear.
Can't wait to play that, really. Shipping date?
Same as on most of our products. You're looking about 3. They say 3 to 6 is what we're in ballparking. We're shooting more for 3.
Around summer then. Okay. There's another thing, the Devo.
This is what we call our Devo system. It's Dynamic Intelligent Valve Optimization. What the short story on it is that it is a system that allows you to continually automatically adjust the bias of your amplifier to make sure that your tubes are running at peak performance 100% of the time. It retrofits into any 50 or 100 watt Class AB amplifier. Anything that has an octal socket will work. These are what we call our tube interceptors. They plug into the existing tube socket, tube plugs into here. This allows you to plug this into the control unit, which monitors and continually adjusts the bias of the tubes, which is that right there. Okay? This unit has several features to it that are worth noting. In the 100 watt version, you get the ability to what we call share the wear. It allows you to run your amp in half power, and if you have the share the wear engaged, every time you power your amp up, it alternates which pair of tubes it uses. So it spreads the wear of the tubes out, so prolong the life of the tubes. The other thing that it has is 2 bias settings, a standard and a custom. When the initial installation is done, you can have the technician set this up for different tube complement. EL34, let's say, like in the Rockerverb 100s. You can have it set up for, that's your standard bias setting, say running 35 milliamps. You can have the custom set for a mixed pair of tubes, mixed sets of tubes, say 34s and KT88s, 5881s. And you can switch between that on the fly without having to bring your amp back to the technician to be readjusted and rebiased. So it allows you to use mismatched tubes. You don't have to buy a matched set of tubes. No more paying $200 for a quartet of matched tubes. Grab what you got. Once the amp has been set up, you turn the amplifier on, it calibrates itself while it's warming up. Once you're hit, take standby off and you're ready to play, you're ready to go. And it also allows you to foot switch between pairs of tubes, which is on this side of the world here. So again, let's say you've got EL34s and KT88s. You can foot switch between those. Obviously different tones, different low end response, different gain response. That's something that you can't do in any other product. These are in stock and ready to ship. We're partnering with dealers that have installation technicians on site or a very close relationship with amplifier technicians. Have to be an warranted center for that. That we're seeing dealers now starting to slowly roll out. East Coast of the U.S. is getting built up very well. We're rolling it out globally.
Sounds pretty smart. So, Derek, that's all of Orange, the news so far?
No, actually, there's quite a few products more.
Okay.
If you'd like to hear about it more, it'd be great. Right behind you over here is the new OR series. Now,
Okay.
I say new only because the OR is we had an amp a long time ago that was called the Pix Only amp. It had pictures representing what the controls of the amplifier did. It's that classic British crunch tone. What we've done a number of years ago, we had a 40th anniversary OR50. We did a limited run on that. It got a very good response. We brought it back as a production model. So that is, it has two things that are worth noting. It has a foot switchable master volume, which functions kind of like an attenuator. You can switch that in and out. And HF drive control, which is it's a two-stage presence control. It works on both the preamp and the power section. So it allows you to dial in a little more sizzle, as similar to a presence control, but it works on both the power and the pre section. Those are, again, they're ready to ship. Those will sell in the States for $16.99. And its smaller brother, the OR15. OR15 is based, again, it's an EL84 power section, same preamp as the OR50. It's got a tube-driven effects loop, 15 or 7 watts. $6.99 is the street price on that for here in the States. That is something, again, that it's that classic British crunch tone that in a very small package like that. Now, we've been making lunchbox amplifiers with the Tiny Terror and Dual Terror and Dark Terror. This is the first small amp, the lunchbox size, in a real head sleeve, traditional wood cabinet. So it looks, obviously, more like the other offerings that we have in our line.
It's crunchy, as you said, so you have to kick it with a pedal to get more.
You can set it, yes, if you want it. It has a lot of gain in it already, but it's sort of the character of the low end is a little looser than what you see in, say, our Rockerverb series or something like that, which is much more focused, modern, tighter low end. This is a little looser, more classic British. The way that we've had fun is setting the gain for a nice crunch sound, and then if you were so inclined, if you're a pedal guy and you like having your boost pedals and your overdrives, they all take pedals very, very well. But I've found that it cleans up very well if you set the gain where you like it for your maximum saturation and roll back your volume on your guitar. It's very touch sensitive, very responsive to your technique and your volume settings on your guitar.
Get a lot of dynamics out of that little baby over here. Okay.
Great. No, there's more.
I can't believe it.
We've rolled out some new cabinets this year. It's our compact 412 cabinet, which is this little guy right here. And you can see behind it is the regular, bigger brother of it. It's the same depth, but it is less tall and less wide than that, which is a weight reduction. And it also affects the low-end response. And actually what we found is very tight and focused, a lot of clarity in the low end, very balanced across the whole frequency range. It doesn't necessarily over-represent, sometimes in larger cabinets that I've seen from other manufacturers, that too much low, which tends to have an effect of muting some of the other frequencies, or at least washing them out a little.
Or it's too muddy sometimes.
Muddy, absolutely, yes. Gets a little mushy in the low end. You don't find that with that. Street price on that, again, in the States, $749, and they will be available the same window as the other products.
It will be available in orange and in black as well?
It will, yes. All of our cabinets and all of our amplifiers, with the exception of the signatures, will be available in orange and black Tolex.
Okay, that's a nice one. Now you can afford 2 4x12s and you get it into your car.
Absolutely, and it won't hurt your back, which is something for a gigging musician. You don't like to carry the heavy 412s. Yeah.
So I think now we're really done. You got it all. Man, that's a lot of news. And I think you get some more at the Music Messe then, just to get going. Derek, thank you very much for showing us. Have a nice show. Thanks.